I'm Anil Kumar, and in this video we will understand how to find vertex of a parabola. For that I have taken three different equations in three different forms. The very first one is in the vertex form. So from a vertex form equation you can read the vertex. The second one is the factored form or the intercept form of quadratic equation. From there you can read x-intercepts, and x-symmetry is right at the center of the two x-intercepts. That will help us to find the vertex. Third one is in the standard form. Now when you have to find vertex, you may have to do completing the squares to convert this equation into vertex form and then figure out the vertex. Or you can apply a shortcut method, which we'll talk about later. So at this moment, those of you who know how to find, they can pause the video, solve the question, and then check with my answer. Okay, let's move on. So the first one, as I said, is in the vertex form. So from here, can you tell me what is the vertex? Vertex x, how much? So x value for the vertex here is 3, okay? It is not minus 3, it is number 3. The number which will make the first term 0. 3 minus 3 is 0, right? Once 3 minus 3 is 0, the first term, 2 times 0 will be 0, right? So y is equal to 1, right? That is how you can always make sure that you don't commit a mistake at this stage, right? So the vertex is 3 and 1. So that's so simple. If given in vertex form, we can easily find the vertex. Now let's figure out how to find vertex when the equation is given in intercept form. Now from this equation, you can read x-intercept, right? So where are the x-intercepts? We know x-intercepts are at x equals to 3, x minus 3 will be 0 at x equals to 3, and at x equals to minus 1. So these are the two x-intercepts. Axis of symmetry will go through the center of these. Center means midpoint, right? So the midpoint will be, let's say, at x equals to, let's add them and divide by 2. So 3 plus minus 1 divided by 2. So that gives us a value 3 plus minus 1, or 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. So that is the x value. To find the y value, we can substitute 1 in this equation and find y value. So we get y equals to 1 minus 3 times 1 plus 1. 1 minus 3 is minus 2, and 1 plus 1 is 2. So that gives us minus 4, correct? Minus 2 times 2. So minus 4 is the y value, and therefore we get the value for vertex. So vertex in this case is x value of 1 and y value of minus 4. Now let us see how to calculate vertex when given in standard form. As I said, we could do completing the squares method, right? So let's do completing the squares. It will be a review for some of you. Well, we can factor out 2 from the first two terms. So we get 2, and then in the bracket we have x squared minus 2x, 4 divided by 2, plus 1. Now we have to add and subtract half of this 2, which is 1 square, right? So we get x squared minus 2x, half of 2 is 1, so we'll add and subtract square of that. Okay, so now first three terms make a perfect square. So that is x, sign come from here, which is negative 1 square, minus 1 square is minus 1 plus 1. Let's open the bracket, then we get 2, x minus 1 whole square, 2 times minus 1 is minus 2, plus 1, and that gives us 2 times x minus 1 whole square, minus 2 plus 1 is minus 1, right? So therefore, we get the vertex as x value is 1, y value is minus 1. So that's a way to find vertex. Well, here is an alternate or shortcut. Now in this equation, you saw we always factor out the leading coefficient and then do half of b, right? So you'll find that x value for the vertex is minus b divided by 2a. Now in this equation, when in standard form, what I'm trying to say is, if the equation is given as y equals to ax squared plus bx plus c, that is the equation standard form, then x value of vertex is minus b, the coefficient of x, divided by 2 times leading coefficient a. Okay, so if you apply the formula, minus of minus 4 is the b value, right? Minus 4 divided by 2 times a is 2 for you. So we get minus minus is plus, so 4 over 4, which is plus 1. So x value of 1, right? Do you see that? X value of 1. To find the y value, substitute x value. So we get y equals to 2 times 1 square minus 4 times 1 plus 1. 2 times 1 square is 2, minus 4 times 1 is minus 4, plus 1. That gives you minus 1. So we get the y value. So the vertex is 1 minus 1. So that is kind of a shortcut method for the same thing. I hope with this you understand how to find vertex for a parabola when the equation, the quadratic equation, is given in any form whatsoever. I hope it helps. Thank you and all the best.